Hey, good Friday evening. We are in Blowing Rock and we are going to be trying this place behind us. It's a first one for us. It's Bistro Roca, I believe is how you pronounce it. It is located, like I said, in Blowing Rock, North Carolina at 143 Wonderland Trail. So very close to downtown.
And I don't even know what all they have. She picked this out, so looks nice.
It
Very
looks
crowded.
very nice, and it's, yeah, a lot of people are here. So hopefully it's going to be delicious and hopefully not a long wait.
All right, so let's go check it out.
I'm ready.
So if the parking lot is any indication, then this must be a pretty good place. And this is the time of year for rhododendron, and are those not beautiful? Address and the hours. Well, that's kind of what we were afraid of. It is, what time is it now?
It is 7:24.
And they are saying about 8:15. So 45, 50-minute wait. Hopefully it won't be that long. We did put our names in.
They do have reservations. We've never been here before, but apparently that's the thing to do when you want to come here.
Yeah,
so.
well, when I looked at the menu online briefly, it did say about reserving a table.
Yeah, and
we didn't reserve a table. So
well, really didn't know what time we'd be getting here
that's true.
Either.
Yeah, that's true. So because we had to review the cabin a little bit as well. So yeah, what is it? Bistro Roca.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I got time to look over the menu and be figuring out what I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And it looks pretty nice.
It does look nice in there. It does. It looks like a pretty. I don't know if I want to use the word upscale, but yeah, I guess that would be a good upscale restaurant. I did not know. We've never seen it before. It's kind of down in behind town.
I don't think I've ever been down this road.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. So I didn't know it was here, but she found it, so here we are. And they do have one simple rule here: be nice or leave. So I guess we're gonna have to be nice.
We'll be nice.
I really like that light right there. That's pretty. Head around the restaurant really quick. Okay, it's 7:46. So we've been waiting, what, 25, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And this is probably, I'm going to predict, this will be the hardest restaurant review I think I've ever done, simply because I've never seen such a busy place in my life. I didn't even know this place existed. I've been coming to Blowing Rock my whole life. Did not know this was here, but apparently everybody else does. There is literally somebody, I've got a brief minute now, that's why I'm recording now, but there's somebody coming in and out about every 10 seconds.
Yeah, very busy.
So far, I've not been able to get any really good recording inside because of that. There's a lot of people gathered around where you put your name in. So still waiting on our table, getting hungrier by the minute, looking forward to it. I think I pretty much have narrowed it down to two choices of what I'm going to get. Have you decided? You don't have to say now what it is.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay, they just called her name. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a walkthrough right now because it's going to be difficult to do it any other time. Thank you. They got a whole room back over, and back in there is another whole room. Looks like with by the windows.
And this definitely must be the place because it is packed in here.
Okay, so have we decided what we're getting yet?
So I think I'm going to go with that Cuban crepe. It's a slow braised pork, local country man, Swiss cheese, chickpea, hominy salad. I hope that's not on it. Coconut, coriander, chutney, chutney, I don't know how you say it, and then I'm going to pick a different side than what they have there. Okay, and what did you decide to go with?
There's a lot of things on the menu here that are different, and it was tempting to try some of them. They had a pork ribeye, which I'm not sure what that means. I mean, it's lots of pork, but apparently a good tender cut of pork. But it had the chimichurri sauce. I just had a dish this past weekend with that on it, so I didn't really want that sauce again. So they also had something octopus. They also had rabbit. So a lot of different things to consider there, but I went with the old crusty ribeye steak. Some I know this is a black and blue ribeye, and it comes over mashed potatoes. I asked them if they would put the mashed potatoes on the side, and they're going to do that, and the crispy onions also on the side. So looking forward to that. I feel like I've eaten a lot of ribeye steaks here lately. In fact, we grilled one at home earlier in the week. So that's what I went with. Just some of the other stuff, it sounded interesting, but just didn't really want to, branch out tonight. So I am going to go with the black and blue ribeye. I don't usually get it black and blue, so that will be kind of new.
Yeah, that will be.
Okay, tell us one more time what you got.
It's a Cuban crepe.
Cuban crepe, and it had all kinds of stuff in it.
Yes, and then
French fries?
Sweet potato fries.
Sweet potato fries, that's right. There's my onion straws. Grits, was it?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, okay.
Okay, so cutting into that steak.
Yeah. That cream is actually horseradish, by the way. Usually served with prime rib. So this has like a herb butter across the top. It's supposed to be black and blue. Very strong blue cheese flavor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I do like that.
Okay.
It is good. It's good and tender. I'm going to try another bite in the horseradish. Oops, sorry about that. She hates that noise.
Yes, thankfully I didn't flinch and move the camera.
I try to make it as much as possible. I don't think I've ever had a grilled ribeye in horseradish. Not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And the mashed
Prime rib, I'm used to that, but mashed potatoes are good. Now, this is going to be a first for this channel. You're going to see me sample the onions. And the reason I am is because they look very crispy, and if they're crispy, I can handle it. It's an onion. I mean, it's not terrible. Can I try one of your fries?
Yeah.
Sweet potato fries.
Yes, I got sweet potato fries.
Those are good. I think you'll like those. Okay, so she's going to try her food.
I'm not sure what that is.
Is it not guacamole?
No. It's got kind of a bitter taste. The hominy stuff's fine. It's kind of soft. I'll try it first.
I think you'll like those, I'm just guessing. How are they? All right,
Those are good.
so now you said that's a Cuban wrap?
Crepe.
Crepe, I'm sorry.
Crepe.
A little hard to hear in here.
It's different. The meat is tender, but that's pretty much all I'm tasting. But it's good.
Okay. So you kind of made a comment about your first impression visual, and I took that out because I wanted you to try it first. Is it better than it looks?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a sandwich. I wouldn't.
Okay. It looks to me from here like a piece of fish, but it's very dark in here.
Yeah.
Our free tip total is $66.18. Okay, we're back at the cabin now. We decided to do the closeout here. Pretty tight parking lot there where we ate at the Bistro Roca. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Okay. It's not one of those names I say every day. So yeah, kind of a tight parking lot and very full when we got there. Had emptied out some when we left. But we just decided we want to get on back to the cabin. So we're going to, excuse me, do our closeout of the Bistro Roca there. And that's the name of it. I'm going to try not to have to say it again because I don't really remember it.
You're doing just fine.
All right. So this is one when we knew we were coming up here to the cabin. We've known about this for what? A month, 2 months, maybe?
At least 2 months.
Okay. Had to reschedule it it was supposed to be 2 weekends ago. I had to reschedule it. We had friends coming in from the West Coast. Y'all remember that. We went around Cherokee with them. And so we were able to get it for this weekend instead. And so we came up earlier today, went out to eat. You found that restaurant, I guess, just by searching?
Yeah, I had actually seen it before on Google. But then I was trying to look again since I knew we were going to be here for a couple of nights, something in the area. So that did come up.
Something we hadn't done in Blowing Rock.
Right.
And we were kind of worried about finding something we hadn't done.
Yeah. So we decided something new that we would give it a try. And it had a lot of different things on the menu.
Yeah.
Unique things.
Yeah, definitely unique.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you start us off and tell... we were going to have to look at the menu again to see what you got.
So I got the Cuban crepe. It
Where's
had
my phone? You remember now?
Well, it was a Cuban crepe. I did look again because, as you can tell, it was very well decorated plate. I mean, they had like the stuff, like a fancy chef would do. The presentation was trying to be really nice. The green stuff is like, when I was tasting it, it had kind of a different taste. It wasn't sweet. It was kind of a bitter sour maybe. But it said, because I looked in the menu, coconut chutney. So it's kind of like...
I would not have guessed that.
No, coconut coriander chutney. That's right. And so, yeah, I wasn't impressed with that, but that's just my taste, my preference.
You was or wasn't?
Was not impressed with it. And then they had some drizzle going around it, which kind of had a little bit of a lime taste. The chickpea hominy, that was okay. There was just a little bit of that. The sandwich itself, the braised pork, it was tender. When I got more into the center, it got a little dry and it had a little bit of a kick to it. Would I get it again? No, that's just my opinion. And I got the sweet potato fries, but basically it said sweet fries on the menu. And those were pretty good.
Yeah.
I did try a bite of his steak, and the steak was good. It was tender, the piece that I had. Tasted as mashed potatoes. I think those were real potatoes. And the onion, crispy onions. They said crispy onions. So, I mean, it's a nice place to go. My experience there wasn't like, oh wow, I just have to go back. I mean, if we ever did, I'd get something else. But like I said, it's a very pretty restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't guess I need to ask you if you'd go back. I am going to ask you this, though. You had said you were going to try a burger. What changed your mind?
The Cuban sandwich was different, something different. It's like I can get good burgers anywhere, so I just thought, this is different. I'm going to try this.
Okay. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like she said, they have a lot of unique things. You don't find rabbit on the menu in a lot of places. I kind of like rabbits, to be honest with you. I mean, I know it's no different than eating any other animal. I just kind of like rabbits as long as they stay out of my garden. But so I didn't get rabbit. I kind of thought about the pork ribeye. That probably would have been good, but it had that chimichurri sauce. I just got that at Azul's last weekend. Didn't really care for that sauce, so I didn't want that. I could have asked them to hold it. But I just thought, you know what? Why not go with the regular ribeye? Because this is black and blue. It was a blue cheese ribeye. That's not something you've gotten blue cheese crumbles before. I may have a time or two somewhere. I don't remember, but so it was a little bit different ribeye tonight. And it had horseradish sauce on the side of the plate that you could dip it in. So I'm going to say something about that here in a minute. I'm going to come back to that. I got the mashed potatoes. I thought the mashed potatoes were really good and creamy. Definitely real potatoes, no question there. Those were good. Now I'm going to say something tonight that you're probably never going to hear me say again, and that's that the crispy onions were okay. I only ate a couple of not handfuls. I only ate a couple of reaching in the bowl and getting a few out. I tried to keep with the crispy ones. I can handle the crispy ones because the crispy ones are crispy enough that I don't feel the texture of the onion. I just feel the batter. you know, when I'm chewing it. That's my thing against onions is the texture. It's not a flavor issue. Like when you make Italian food at home, I tell you use onion powder. I don't flavor don't bother me. It's the texture. But these were crispy enough to where I could handle a few of them. And when I kind of got down to where they were a little softer, I'd let her eat what she wanted of them. So those were not awful. The mashed potatoes were really good. Now to the steak. Strike one, they don't have steak sauce there. They literally don't have it. That is a first for me. Of all the places we've been to some nice steakhouses. I think about Fahrenheit there in downtown Charlotte. They had steak sauce. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this because y'all know I'll say anything. I think one of the most ridiculous and silly phrases that's ever been invented was, if a steak's done right, it don't need steak sauce. And here's why. Got nothing to do with needing it. It's got nothing to do with being done right. Some people like food different ways. Some people like ketchup on their burgers. Some people like mayonnaise. Some people like mustard. And that's okay. Some people like steak sauce on their steak. Some people don't. And that's okay. Some people like barbecue sauce on their ribs. Some don't. That's okay. I like A1 on my steak. I don't care where the steak comes from, and it can be prepared. Listen, nobody prepares a steak better than I do at home, and I put A1 on my own. So, have you ever seen me eat one without it before tonight?
No.
So, Azul's last week because it come with that chimichurri instead.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask for it there. I want to try the other. But the guy says we don't have any steak sauce in-house. So that's not a reflection on the steak being done right, because guess what? This steak came with horseradish sauce. What's the difference? There's not one. It came with melted herb butter on top. Well, what happened to if a steak's done right? It don't need anything extra. Herb butter is an extra. Horseradish is an extra. It came with the black. How did they do the black and blue? There wasn't really chunks of blue cheese. It was just like a flavor.
Yeah, you could taste that. Yeah, I really didn't notice any.
Now, on that, I will say I really liked that. It had a good strong. Did you think it was pretty strong blue cheese?
Mm-hmm. I mean, not overpowering.
Yeah.
It was good.
A blue cheese ribeye is not something I would want every time I ordered a ribeye, but for a nice alternative, I've had more ribeye steaks probably the past 3 weeks than in any other 3-month period in my life. It's just the way it's worked out. Stonewalls, Azul's, then we grilled one at home. It's just, I feel like I hate to say it, I'm almost tired of ribeyes for a while. We'll take a break. But for something different, I did like the blue cheese flavoring on it. And believe it or not, I actually dipped it in the horseradish. I've used horseradish on prime rib. Same cut, just prepared differently. But I don't think I've ever done it on a grilled steak. And, it wasn't bad. I felt like in the absence of A1, I wanted something on there to blend with the flavor. So I did utilize the horseradish that came with. On the steak sauce thing, again, if you don't like it, you should not have to eat it. I would never pour steak sauce on your steak. But a restaurant should make it available for people who do like it, because some of us do like it. And that's not a reflection on it being done right. If it were, they should leave the other stuff off too. But to me, I would have preferred to have had some A1. And I guess we've been out here doing the closeout too long.
They're like long enough.
Yeah. All right. So Rovier has decided it's time for us to tell you to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up and find and follow us on Facebook.
All right. Have a blessed day.